Good afternoon, everyone. I recently realized that I fell in love with a place that I stayed a year ago. It's a very long time to me. Sometimes time flies really fast, but this place that I always wanted to come back is not only because the beautiful nature, that's for sure, but the story and my lifestyle being changed after I transformed from this place. In the beginning time, I was only planning around staying here 1 week, then 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks. There is a charm dragging me down. There is a moment always showing me the path to show me the different possibilities that I want to know who I am. And recently also there's a lot of friends been asking me about it. There's a lot of time they have been through a very hard time. Where should they go? And how would they heal themselves? So today, I would love to help you guys, also myself, want to discover more about inner self, who you are, how you live in this master speed world. And this place for me is not a only retreat center. I personally sometimes joke with a friend that I met before. I think this place to me is a hospital. It's a school. It's a home. When you're tired, you come here to relax. And when you get bored, you go to the yoga, how to stretch, and you get sweat, let everything behind, and you start a new day. Today, I am very happy to come back to this place and meet Joe again.
Yes.
And let's have a little bit introduction by himself about who he is and why he started this Hariharalaya Retreat Center. Hello, Joe.
Yes, Mario.
It's
Hello, so
very
good
nice.
to see you.
Yeah, it's very nice to come back here again. Everything is kind of changed, but it's not a change, The only thing different is people having different faces, but it's still the lovely face. And also the food is always my favorite part. I know I'm a foodie, but it's very good food. You have to say that. And even though we all left this place for many months, we still talk about it. So please tell us more about this story behind Hariharalaya.
Yeah, Hariharalaya for me is like a magical garden oasis where we can get the real nourishment for our bodies, hearts, and minds, for soul. So part of that is the food, part of that is the connection with other people. Part of that is the slowing down and getting into rhythm with nature, of breathing, of creativity. Right? So there's so many ways and experiments, and that it's like a space to be an artist and to be a scientist of one's own self. That the art we're creating is our own self, our own life. And so this, I came into this way of life about 22 years ago. I was initiated in the practice of yoga as a way of life. And from that first taste, it was clear that this was the purpose of life, this journey of awakening and reconnection. And so I dedicated myself very intensely from the get-go, 20-some years ago. And I lived many years in ashrams, in communities with teachers, with those who were committed to this way of life, to this journey of discovery and exploration and love. And that brought me here to Cambodia. Never in my life did I think to open a space for myself. I had lived and worked and studied in many different communities and ashrams and been with many great sages. But there was some magic happened here in Cambodia. I came to Cambodia without never having heard of Cambodia, without any intention to stay. I was living in India. And during my time here, it was supposed to be 1 week, I heard this beautiful music. It was playing in the center of town, in the Pre Angjek Pre Angcho. It's where the shrine is. They have traditional Khmer music, Pinpiat. It's very eclectic, very strange sounding, eerie music like from another dimension. And the music touched something in my heart, and I had this flood of memory and of energy. And that started this journey of coming home to Cambodia. For me, for sure, being here feels like coming home. Very familiar, the culture, the people, the language. And so, as a result, I wanted to do a Vipassana meditation retreat 11 years ago now. No, and so I was fortunate in a pagoda in Siem Reap called Wat Swai Miet, very beautiful pagoda on the edge of the Barai. Some monks in their 70s agreed we would do a Vipassana together, the three or four of us. And when I came out of that 7 days Vipassana, I had this vision to set up a center for awakening. At the time I had like $500 and no plan, nothing, no money, no plan. But it was very clear, this vision, this calling. And so I said, okay, let's see what happens. And so that's how it started. Like that, very organic. We found this space here out in the village where we've been for the last 11 years. And it was very small at first, just one house, small community. And then organically it grew over the years into this whole garden oasis. So it's been a very unexpected process, a very organic flow, where different people coming from all around the world and sharing their energy and getting a healing, and then it's just started to blossom.
Speak of yoga, I really benefit a lot from this place, and of course everybody know about yoga. But we had this conversation before. I'm very, very interested about it. Some people, they do yoga, they reach the certain level that they want it, and they start being happy and not keep going because they reach that area. For example, they can lift their leg on the chair. They say, oh, that's my goal. That's my goal. I think I'm good. And they stop doing it. But I remember very clearly, and I remember very deeply in my heart that I learned that sentence from you. You told me that doing yoga is like brush your teeth. It's became a daily habit. It's a part of your life. But I mean, that's true. Every day you're doing it. You are doing shower, when you're doing your brush, you clean your laundry. You don't tell people, hey, I brushed my teeth, I showered, right? So it became a natural thing. When you do it, you don't have to feel it and make an effort to do something because it's supposed to be part of your life. But when people back to the city life, I wouldn't say that's distraction or lack of motivation. But when you do not find that inner peace, you just rather, okay, today I'm not feeling it, it's okay. Like you said, listen to your body. But I think yoga need consistency. I also like the sentence you said, even for standing every day, just standing, keep going is already very hard. It's true. A lot of people go home even just laying down, not even standing for 10 minutes, right? Not even mention about the sessions that we do in the hall. How people having better motivation about keep doing yoga.
Yeah, so it's a good question. So yoga is a way of life. Yoga is like a rhythm, establishing a healthy rhythm in one's life, which is not just the body. That part is the body. We have to take care of our bodies. We need the blood to be flowing nicely. We need the nervous system to be flowing nicely. We need the breath to be flowing smooth, relaxed. We need our digestion to be smooth. We need a good biochemistry. All of this, a fine-tuning of our physical body through the practice of yoga. But also we need a healthy rhythm in our heart with our mood and desires and emotions and reactions. We need a healthy rhythm in our mind with our senses and with our thoughts and memories and all of this. And so yoga, we're talking about establishing a healthy rhythm, right? And that's part of our daily hygiene. Like washing clothes, we take fresh clothes. Like we brush our teeth, like we wash our body. We have to clean our bodies, hearts, and minds every day so that we feel fresh, that we stay clean and clear. And so if yoga is just seen as like a kind of like a hobby that we do on the side, or some challenge, some fitness challenge, it's going to have some benefits in our life anyway. We'll feel good. It's important. We have to sweat. We have to breathe. We have to challenge ourselves and be uncomfortable. It's very healthy to be uncomfortable a little bit every day in a focused way. But if we can expand that concept and see that this is about healthy living, that we want to establish a good rhythm, a healthy rhythm in our daily life, then I think a regular daily practice, a simple practice, it doesn't have to be a big, complicated, showy practice, but just like watering the garden. Like we have the plants, every day we water the plants a little bit. In the same way, we have to water ourselves, our garden, our bodies, our hearts and minds. So a little bit every day, and this is even more accessible because you don't need to go to a class, you don't need to go for an hour or 2 hours. In a half hour, 40 minutes, we can easily do some simple postures, some breathing and some meditation, and then feel the benefit immediately. It's not like in a year if we do it, but if we do every day, a little bit every day, the same like we eat a little bit of food every day, we got to do it. We're not going to not do it. So it's very similar. It's a kind of nourishment. We need to nourish ourselves with our own chemistry, with our own resources.
Speak of back to the resources and back to who you are. I think in order to get the thing to done, we need to back to the center, right?
Yes.
Like find the spine of your spirit, or find your ground, and you need to back to the center. So when you deal with people like us, we are not doing yoga before. We don't know that much yoga before, and suddenly we jump in a new world. From that observation, when you see the new yogis from outside of your world, and also your kids is running around here, your family also here, it became a very warm family vibe. And when I was kid, I think I look at people who is doing things that I never seen before. In this case, this is a very unusual project. It's not a restaurant, it's not like a fitness center, it's not selling popcorn or cigarettes. No, it's very, very unique. And the people will be involved, and your kids and your family and your friends also enjoy this kind of vibe, the ambience and the vibration. But speak of kids, they hang out with people are so different than outside people. Do you think in the future he also would enjoy to doing the similar things, want to help you around, and he enjoyed astrology, Taoism, a lot of philosophy things, maybe in the future became a philosopher under your very positive influence. So not every kid have that kind of good opportunity to kind of stay around with people like you, have a lot of knowledge, experience, and determination, and people, how they think, how to help them. People came here for help physically and mentally. And that's the reason why when I stay here every Wednesday, they have a Talk to Joe program. So people are shy, don't know how to talk to him directly. You can always write on a small paper, drop in a box. He will totally give you a satisfaction answer in the Wednesday session called Talk with Joe. So in this case, how would you picture your kids right now when you communicate with both of them? Because their dad is doing something, they're so proud of it. Do you see their future have any slight chance could do something with the philosophy?
Yeah, so the community is an essential part of what we're doing at every level. And the community is our family. Of course, here in the village, the family is a big extended family. The staff who are here are all part of our family. My wife grew up in the village, and they're all brothers and sisters and cousins. So family and this community, the world community of everybody who's been here, we've had maybe 11,000 people from all around the world come to be part of this family. And so together here, my feeling is we're all children. I'm a child, for sure. I'm a 41-year-old child who's growing up and learning every day. It's like so many discoveries. And so we're meeting here together like children on the playground. No, and in this childlike state of openness, and then we can connect and learn from one another and get inspired. So, and part of that is my family, my daughter who's been here, she's been staying here for the last 2 or 3 months and has had a total transformation. You know, just in being here now, she's part of the team and is very much involved with what we're doing. My son also, he's 4 years old, about to turn 4 years old, Ananda. And he's already very much involved in the yoga and meditation that I'm doing at home, and the fire ceremonies and all of this. So in Cambodia, it's very common that the children are follow in the footsteps of their parents and are connected in the family business, so to speak. But as you mentioned very beautifully in the beginning, what we're doing here is like a hospital for the soul. You know, it's really a place for people to come for this deep healing, emotional healing, mental healing, and just to get back to their center. When one can find one's center, then the healing comes from within. Then we have this natural flow from within. So our mission is just to create a safe space, a simple space for people to rediscover their own power, their own energy and healing. And it's magic, you know, and the community is a big part of that, the sharing the space with people from different cultures, different ages, different walk of life, but that we all have in common. We're all on this journey together.
Yeah. And in this case, definitely in different fields and the different business mode you have done, you have touched, you have tried, but now today became who you are. For me, it's very complicated, and everywhere is trapped in this world. You became who you are today and very success. And especially yourself is multi-talent people, as I know, you know, you make poetry, you sing, and you draw, and then you do a lot of things that people like us, maybe we don't understand that much. But you see things more different perspective or more diverse than normal people see in one single side. But now people they wanted to have multi-talents, but that's something I personally think it can be a gifted, but it also involves a lot of hard work. It's smart enough, but doesn't mean you can get that stage. You need luck, you need practice, consistency. This is something I very admire what you have done. Is living like business platform, but still we are doing okay, and we're helping the locals. As you said last time when I was here, most of the money we still contribute to the local community. That's something for me is very important. You're not only helping people from all over the world come here to looking for a better place to feel like, oh, that's the best spot I can heal my sorrow that I came from different countries. And in the other hand, you still, you know, became a big community family with the local people, and you also help them and also their family member here. So the vibe became more closer than closer. And yet in here, we are still talking about looking for your inner self. Sometimes the distraction, it is too much from this modern world. So people coming here, I think so, everybody's smart, of course. We all at least have this kind of similar things we want, looking for an answer or direction from this trip or this journey. What is the most troubled complaint letters or the notes from people from here you have ever read? Oh my God, I don't know this kid is this deep sorrow, this much important, you know, traumatized whatsoever. He been through a lot. What is our best short story we have heard from this community?
Of Trouble, I mean, for me, everybody is suffering with the same thing. Everybody is disconnected from themselves. That's it. It's that simple. No matter what the situation is, no matter what people have come from, it all boils down to the same thing. People are disconnected from their self. They're not at home. The home is there, it's empty. Instead of being at home, running around chasing after this and that. So really the key is just to learn to breathe, to be present, to slow down. And so we've created a space where everybody, no matter what their problem, no matter where they come from, what they're holding on to, if they can just take a break, put their phone down, talk less, eat simple food, exercise, like sweat a little bit, exercise, breathe, be still, and breathe, then they start to feel better from within. And so it doesn't matter what the problem is, because anyway, life is full of problems, and in tomorrow there's going to be more problems. There's no way, we can't stop the problems. So the question is, how can we, like a tree, the tree that's so deeply rooted in the earth, then any storm is coming, it's no problem. It can maintain. Even the flood is coming or a drought is coming and there's no rain, still the tree can be healthy. So we have to be like the tree. We need to find our center, like you were mentioning, our core, the spine, and we have to nourish, we have to have deep roots that go into our bodies and hearts and minds and into this present moment. And then we discover that power and that love and that peace that's within us. Because anyway, life is a problem. Life is this. It's always, there's no way. For someone to win, someone has to lose. It's always like that. There's no, and it never ends. So what to do? We have to find something deeper.
And in here, we know that maybe still you're doing that every day. When I was here, still every day we have something different object, different events, something to do. I think behind this idea, you for sure have your own style and logic. But from a personal guessing, in order to have this community having more diverse thing to do and living here, more activities to balance everything would make people feeling more smoothing and also have something to do. In order, it's not really good. You just literally retreat, like laying in the sofa 24/7, right? So after all, everything, we are looking for one direction, or the feeling that's trying to offer people a feeling to balance, not too much, but not too less. So what is your idea behind this schedule thing? Every day is different.
Yeah, so we need a rhythm, right? It's all about, like, healthy living means healthy rhythm. So this has to do with like waking and sleeping at the same time, eating at the same times, practicing, meditating, So we create a schedule, a daily schedule, daily rhythm. And a lot of that stuff is the same every day, like the meals, the lights out and silence. We have daily silence in the mornings. Then the practice, morning practice, which is like morning shower. We do the asana, yoga, breathing, meditation. Same thing in the evening. And then throughout the rest of the week, we have sprinkled things like a fitness, different types of learning or healing, studying like massage or chanting or different practices. And this is important, learning, nourishing our minds. It's the same with the library, a big library of books to study. We need to awaken our minds and our hearts through learning. But then once people have been here for a while and are already in the rhythm, then they can be more in their own process too and direct their own studies and investigations, through journaling, through silence. We need to integrate. So part is the doing and learning, and the other part is the digesting and integrating. So it's a mixture. We have a mixture of activities and then just time for being. Time to lay in a hammock, time to take a bike ride through the village, time to journal or play music or have a conversation, go in the pool, go in the treehouse. So it's a balance. It's a balance of doing and programs like activities and of free time, integration.
Speak of self-being. When I was here, I also experienced some people that are really deep, they totally open up without any guardian, you know, they just totally give themselves to the nature. When we share the stories, people might tears up. I think it's a way to express themselves. It's been many years, they've been struggling, they're looking for an exit, finally they found that. And there is a charm or magic in that how or in this vibe. Of course, nature has a lot of magic and energy here. But what is the most important thing or element make people ready to open up in here?
Yeah, I think that there's a secret ingredient, we can say. It's also in the cake. You know, what makes the cake so delicious? Like, it's like this. There's a secret ingredient. There's some energy. Is it from the temples? You know, we're right down the street from very, very powerful temple, Bakong Temple, which was the center of this Hariharalaya kingdom. You know, on this land, we've had 10,000 people meditating for the last 10 years, you know, so there's something that's left here, some secret essence. You know, from my personal life journey, all this that I've brought with me and my teachers and the lineage and all of the gurus who we're connected with that have shared their love with us here, you know, and so even just like being in a village in Cambodia where life is a slow pace, where people are smiling just naturally for no reason. You know, there's so many things that come together, but what it really is, I think, is some secret that we have to experience for ourselves.
Okay. As we all know, this place is located in the same village as a very famous Hariharalaya temple. And I think we've been there running bicycle before. It's more sacred and it's more beautiful than the normal temple that I have seen nearby Angkor Wat. I think maybe because the vibe is very ancient and everything. Also in this village, my best thing, you know, the donuts. Every time after the session, me and Tracy and Braden, and we will walk to the village with our bicycle to smile and having coconut with the local people. And so I think everybody probably will have to come here yourself, you know, at least 1 month or something, to truly looking for who you are, where you've been get lost and you want refound yourself. I think here's the right place or a home you are looking for. So in the end of this episode, I want to finish with Joe together. We're gonna start together singing the Om.
Yes.
Okay, and then let Joe lead us for a few seconds. See you guys in next episode.